Hey guys, it's Josiah here, back again with another video. Now, in this video, we're going to be walking you through the system I've been using to book over 100 appointments each and every single month just by using an email outbound alone. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Josiah. Other people call me Jozy. I help marketing agencies scale, book over 50, 100, 200 plus calls each and every single month to get to the first 50 or 100k per month without spending money on ads, all on a risk-free basis. And I make these videos just to show you behind the scene in terms of the system that's currently working, so then you can implement this into your own agency and actually start scaling, start booking appointments, and start signing clients and having the freedom that you're looking for. Right now, in this video, we're going to be really walking through the current email system that we're using, so then you can implement this into your own agency and start scaling and start booking appointments via email. And this is going to be walking through the biggest kind of misconceptions I've seen a lot with email, because a lot of people think email is pretty dead, there's no point doing it, and I can say this is far from the truth, right? And before going in this, I'm going to walk you through kind of two main systems, right? The first system is how to actually get positive replies, right? And then how to convert these positive replies into meeting booked, because this is kind of the only two problems you're gonna have to fix: get positive replies and turn these positive replies into meeting booked. Okay, now the first thing we're gonna go through, and we're gonna do a deeper video on this, is more of a higher level. This is how you get positive replies, and when you focus on getting positive replies, it's focusing on these three main pillars. So the first pillar, and this goes up in order, the first pillar is the accounts, right? Making sure the accounts are landing in the inbox. Make sure the accounts are Google. Right now is using Google. Make sure they're warmed up, right, for the first 2 weeks. And just essentially, if you know your accounts are working, means that every time you're landing in spam, maybe 80 to 90% of the time. Okay, and if this is not fixed, there's no point you fixing your targeting. There's no point you fixing your offer. Okay, I see a lot of people, they go straight to all the targeting, the offer, but they're not landing in the inbox the first place. So it doesn't matter how much you fix the offer if all the time you offer someone is in the inbox. There's no point. It makes more sense for you to really dial in the account system first. Make sure you're actually landing in the inbox and then move forward and move up the ladder. Okay, so once you get your account set up, then you really want to go and focus on your targeting. Now, the best thing I would say is use Clay to really then start scoring your leads. You really want to score your leads, because a lot of people think that they're targeting the right people, but 9 times out of 10 they're not targeting the right people, right? So use Clay. You can create a Clay table that you can you only need to create once, and then actually find out keywords that your niche has on the website, and then to say, hey, are these keywords present? And if they are, bring back true. If they're not, bring back false, and then that will allow you to fix the targeting issue. Okay, making sure that every single lead in the campaign is the lead that you want to talk to. Okay, now we've done this, especially I remember one of our clients that she was targeting e-commerce. She'd done a LinkedIn e-commerce campaign, and she just put the leads in the system and the outreach system, and she was like, Josiah, I'm getting so many unqualified leads. Then when we looked at her leads and who she was targeting, we found out that majority of the leads wasn't even e-commerce. Majority of these didn't even have Shopify or any kind of like add to cart button. And once we added this Clay filters, the scoring before adding leads in the campaign, not only did she start getting more positive replies, more means, but she was actually targeting her clients 99% of the time, right? Or 95% of the time, to be more specific, right? Because she knew that every single lead we put in the campaign were actually her ideal client. And if you're just going on Sales Navigator and then putting them straight, or having a VA doing it manually, it's just inefficient, or it's very hard to scale, or very cost heavy to scale, right? With this system, we're able to scale it and actually fix the problem in a matter of just a day, right? And the next day she was able to target the high quality leads that she was looking for. The same thing then goes with the offer, right? Now with the offer, there's a few things. So when we're talking about offer, especially email, you want a personalized line to be your first line, right? So you're going to be personalizing these lines on their case studies, what they said on LinkedIn, recommendations, and things that they have on the website, right? That's mainly where you're going to be doing it. Then after, you can have the offer. Now when it comes to the offer, it's mainly we help niche get desired results, which has to be specific, which has to be quantifiable within X amount of time, or they don't pay and they get some sort of guarantee, or will work for free until we do. Now, the thing about the guarantee is you don't have to, especially let's see a lot of people, I don't offer a guarantee, it sounds to scam me, XYZ. Depending on your niche, you don't really have to offer the guarantee. It's not something that you have a gun to your head saying you have to do it, but not necessarily, not everyone has to qualify for the guarantee. So you're going to say, you can put as a PS, hey, this guarantee applies if you meet certain criteria, right? So then you kind of make it known and you're not lying, just saying, hey, this worked, but it only applies if you meet certain criteria, right? And then you want to have a case study. Now, the thing is about the case study, ideally you want it to match up to your claim, right? For example, if you're promising someone 10 leads and your case study says you only got 1 lead per day or 1 lead in 3 months, people are not going to believe that. Whereas your case study has to match up, essentially be as close to your offer as possible. That's why in our program, we recommend our clients to look at their case studies and then find an offer from their past case studies. So then they know when they offer someone something to someone, it's more realistic and it's more in line with reality. Okay, and then at the end, it'll be a call to action. Would you be open to a quick conversation? Would you be open to having more information? And then you have 2 emails on that. And when it comes to the offer, the main thing I'm going to be testing is essentially the claim, right? Number 1 and the first line. Like that, I'm just going to be testing the claim and the first line again and again until you have something that works and something that can then bring out a 1, 2, 3% positive reply rate on email. Okay, because that is the goal. And then once I have something like this, my goal is to send around 500 to 1,500 emails, right? And my goal is I'm going to send as many emails as I need to get 10 positive replies plus per day, right? That's my minimum standard when it comes to email, 10 positive replies plus per day, because when I know if I'm getting 10 positive replies, I can then book half of them, which then turns into 5 appointments per day. Okay, which is around 100 appointments a month, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, 20 working days, 500 appointments per month. Okay. So then once I get 10 plus appointments per day, then we're going to be walking through, and this is kind of the biggest game changer, is the reply sequence, right? So when someone replies to you, what do you do? Okay, now this is the first thing, the things I've highlighted in green is what people are doing right now. I'm not saying anything new, but what I've seen is that this will actually only give you an overall 20 to 30% of the conversion of those 10 leads you get them. So let's say you get 10 people. If you were to just do this, you book 2 to 3 appointments, which is okay. But getting to that 5 means that you literally have an excess of meetings. Okay, so the first thing is just replying. You want to be fast, under 5 minutes with a reply, and then you reply with a mini pitch. Now, a mini pitch is essentially a overview of what you do, right? But you don't want to be talking too much in your mini pitch, because it's essentially going to be giving them enough curiosity, enough of like a desired outcome for them to just bite the bullet and then jump on a call to get more clarification on what you do. So the mini pitch consists of an offer. The first thing I'm going to say is that we help X, Y, Z. Then it's going to be talking about mechanism. We do this through a mechanism that we use, whether that be our inbound attraction system or outbound matrix system that doesn't require you to do pain, referrals or networking events, things like that. We also helped these amount of case studies. We have this name, this name, this name, this name. Now, if you don't have a case study, you can say yourself. I've also used it for myself and booked 30 appointments. I'd love to jump on a call with you this week so then we can then find out a bit more on how we can help you. Okay, and then we're going to be then going through any objections that they have. So these are the main kind of objections: is cost, how much things cost. So we're going to have a reply for cost. Then proof, does this work for me? Who does this work for? X, Y, Z. We're going to have a response for proof. Then delay, can you get back to me in X amount of time? Right? Well, I'm not ready yet. Okay, so these are kind of being the main 3 objections that you're going to be getting on the DMs, in the email conversation. And once you go through this, yes, you're going to be booking around 20 to 30% of all the 10 leads. But the game changer is when you start adding this. Okay, so this is when you can start booking 50% of all leads. So let's say you get 10 leads, you then can book 5 of them, which again, it's a big game changer. I mean that you're booking 100 appointments every single month just by email alone. Right? And how you do this is by implementing an SMS strategy as well as a warm calling strategy, right? So when someone responds, we're then going to have a automatic SMS that goes to go high level, and then they're going to get an SMS with essentially an offer and a call to action, and then just basically saying, hey, one of my colleagues emailed you. I thought, sorry to message you here. One of my colleagues emailed you, and I thought you'll still be looking to get more clients. Mind if I send more information here instead? Then some people, there's going to be people that don't like this approach. I understand probably like 20% doesn't like it, but majority of people we found won't really say anything, be more receptive to this, right? And then once they reply, then you can send over the mini pitch, or then you can just give them a call. Okay, and then in the first around 5 to 10 minutes, we then want to warm call them to just get them on the phone as soon as possible. So then, of course, we can then pitch them and then see how we can help. Right, and what we like to do is I like to have basically my inbox manager is a warm caller. So the main thing about this, how you kind of make this work, is you want your main inbox manager to be like a warm caller. So they need to be good on the phones, because before I used to hire people that are basically like a chat support specialist, but now I'm looking for more SDRs warm caller, because I want them to do the whole shebang, right? Want them to reply to messages, and then want them to send the SMS, which is automatic, but then want them to call them straight away. And some people just want to do the reply, but once you have someone that can do all of this, you're going to basically double the results you're getting from email, meaning that you don't need to be sending so many emails to book the same amount of appointments, right? And this is what a lot of people do, because a lot of people fantasize, and that's what I used to do before. I used to fantasize on getting this number as high as possible, the PRR, right? But then I looked at a funnel, and then we'll throw in like so many leads down the drain. So then I looked at it from backwards. I was like, hey, how do we make sure that we're converting a lot of people first? And then I can then just focus on getting the PR, because there's no point of you focusing on getting the positive reply rate as much as possible. That's what I mean by PR, when you have a leaky bucket, right? A lot of people are just leaking through the system. So then I would fix the leaky holes that you have, make sure that the conversion rate is high as possible, and then go out and just start focusing on positive reply, getting that to the highest possible as well, right? And that's kind of the system we're using right now to book over 100 appointments each and every single month of email. Now, if you need help putting this all together and going through this, a lot more nuance to this, there's a lot more scripting, a lot more where to hire the person, how to train them. There's a lot more nuance to this. Now, if you need help going through and actually building this, there is a link below for us to have a chat, be a member of myself, a member of my team. But we're going to explain to you how this works, and we're going to explain to you kind of the growth plan that you can use to scale your agency past 50 or 100K per month. Now, there's a link below. Just click that link, and then we can have a chat. And then other than that, if you like any of these videos, like, subscribe, share, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video.